welcome everyone to the new channel. Yes, that's right, this is my second channel. I'm Eric. This is the Bartos Media behind the scenes slash my second attempt at vlogging. Also welcome to Eric's studio is a giant mess today because I was recording a video yesterday. So the whole point of this channel, just before we get into some of the stuff that I got going on right now, is to just kind of show you what goes on behind the scenes of the videos that I make that are much more professionally done, and I take the time to actually edit and do all the fun stuff. So this is really just meant to be quick, dirty, throw it together, get it done. I just plan on having fun with this channel just as something to do, something to talk about, and better, honestly, just practice to get better at talking to a camera without reading a script all the time, because that's kind of how I've been doing all my other videos right now. So this is my new studio. You've probably seen it by now in the other video, if that's where you came from. And this is where I'm going to be filming all the new videos. Now this is the exact opposite angle that the camera was at, because that's back there. And that is kind of just how this is going to work. You're going to see everything that you don't see when I have everything set up for the full-on videos. So today I am working on filming the B-roll for the switching to Sony video. I don't really have a good title for it yet, but you've probably seen that already if you got here from that channel. Also in this kind of vlog style thing, you'll kind of see what I've got going on in the studio at any one time, and it'll usually go along with another video that I upload, just because I got a whole bunch of projects that I'm working on and I really don't want to spoil any of the larger videos by showing you what I've been doing behind the scenes to get them going. And one final thing before we get into shooting some B-roll, and I'll show you how I do all that stuff and lighting and all that fun stuff. I just want to mention that I finally do have this studio, like I said a second ago. So my girlfriend Corinne and I moved in a couple months ago. We met back just before the pandemic and finally just moved in together, so that gave me this space here. So this is actually our office. I use my side, obviously, for my normal 9-to-5 job, and I have this all set up for my studio stuff. On the other side of the room, we've got all of Corinne's stuff and her desk that she uses for her work, and then when she's not working, I have this whole space to myself to use for the studio, and that's really cool and really exciting. So let's get into shooting some B-roll. You know, I gotta buy some stuff on B&H, because, you know, for some reason, no matter how many things you have, you'll never have the right adapter that you ever need. I thought of one other quick thing before we get into B-roll. I had to do a big dump from my working storage, my working NAS that I use, over to my archive NAS that I usually leave powered off. And that's what you're hearing in the background. I'm assuming you can hear that. It's a lot of fan noise. But I just wanted to just quickly talk about it because I do have a video on all my storage coming out eventually. It's just gonna be a pain to edit, and it's content for a later time. Well, here it is. We're like 5 hours after I decided I was gonna shoot that B-roll. I got sucked into the Becky and Chris podcast, and I was transferring some files to my other NAS, so it was really loud and hot in here, and I just got distracted. But now I need food, and then we'll shoot the B-roll. So yeah, let's get at it. Let's go. And I'm back. Food has been eaten. You know, sometimes you just need a good McDonald's burger. I'm gonna turn this giant mess of stuff that's in here into a nice, lovely B-roll set against my purple backdrop paper. I'll probably just do a time lapse or something of this so I don't bore ya. So the biggest downside to switching these setups is I have to take the prompter off of the camera. I'm going to add that to my B&H list because, again, things you always need. Quick releases. I need a quick release on the bottom of the prompter so I don't have to take its plate off, put it back on the camera, even though it has a quick release. I don't know. I've just been too lazy to deal with it. So, I mean, seriously, look at this drawer full of video things. I have 2 of those. Well, this one's getting built out a little bit, but I have 2 drawers just straight up full of video stuff, and somehow I managed to not have a proper camera tripod ball head clip for this little GorillaPod. I don't know how. Other pro tips. Get yourself one of these. This is a camera multi-tool. This particular one's made by Small Rig. It has all the things that you'd probably need to be able to rig up your entire camera. The most common different adapters, Phillips, big old flathead here to deal with tripod screws, bunch of different sizes of Allen keys, all the different sizes of Allen keys that I've personally found on different equipment over the last couple of years of doing this. Other fun thing that I got going on here that I was trying out, this is my Indie Pro Tools V-mount battery. I got a nice long Condor Blue cable for it, plus some other stuff, and we'll talk more about that in the next one, but sneak peeks, that's what you get on this channel. Sneak peeks of everything. Anyways, back to the setup. And just like that, we're in B-roll mode. One downside to that light, apparently, is that can't put down my backdrop with that, but that's okay, because we don't need it for B-roll. We have a bunch of cool little doodads, and I just, like I said, this big old light here is on a rolly stand, so all I have to do, zoop. I could use a different modifier on it, but yeah, you know, we want it to look nice. And speaking of wanting it to look nice, the big solution to that is the Nanlite Pavo Tube. This isn't sponsored by Nanlite or anything. I just really like these little guys. So that's what I do. So I go into my drawer of parts and I grab myself one of these little Small Rig super clamps with the little weird articulating arm dude. Just pop this little guy on there. Right now, it's on this nice shade of purple. So apparently, I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but there's a cat screaming. So apparently, it's time for the cat's food. I'll be right back. Okay, the cat's fed, and we're getting back into it. For B-roll, I like to use a more telephoto lens. So I have a small selection of these Rokinon cine lenses right here. This is the 24mm on my Viltrox Micro Four Thirds to EF mount adapter. I think for this B-roll, I want to try out the 50mm. I think that'll be fun. Let's throw the 50 on there, see how it works out. Right now, what I used for the talking head segment, and what I used for a lot, and most, well, up until recently, what I used for all of my talking head segments was the 16mm Micro Four Thirds mount Rokinon Cine lens. I think it's the DS series. Recently, I decided that I was going to go with the Canon EF stuff, just because it's a little more flexible, because it's way easier to adapt to the full-frame Sony, because, well, now I have that. And if I ever want to upgrade to the Pocket 6K or the 6K Pro in the future, those both take EF mount lenses, so, you know, things to consider when you're picking out your cinema lenses. Do you hear that? That's what I have to listen to when I'm in here sometimes. For some reason, the cat sometimes, like, forgets that I'm in here, so I have to go out and say hello every now and then. But that's just because she finished eating. That's just, those are just the happy meows or something, I don't know. Alright, so that was the last shot of the Sony B-roll, and now I'm going to move on to the Fuji stuff. You always want to make sure you give your gear a little dust down before you go and take pictures of it. Or video of it. Alright, Fuji shots are done. The next thing I have to do is that camera right there. So, I don't know. I take you off there, and now we'll do a quick B-roll segment with it, and we'll be right back. Okay, I'm sorry it's dark. I have right here, you can't really see it, it's an Aperture M9 little light, because I've got the ports open on the Sony. I want to shed some light onto the situation. One really important part to filming B-roll is you end up making a mess. Clean it up when you're done, even though I usually don't. But this is the new me. This is the new me when I'm trying to vlog behind the scenes. I'm gonna keep things clean. All right, the beer of the night. I think we'll do that. What the fuck? We'll do this. We'll for the behind the scene vlogs. We'll have a beer of the vlog or beer of the night if it goes multiple days. So tonight's beer is Working Draft Brewing Company right here in Madison. This is their Gazeless Stare West Coast IPA. It's tropical dank citrus with some hops that I can't pronounce, per usual. What do you say about some cinematic beer pouring shots? Let's give it a shot. Let's try it with Sony. Hell yeah. It was kind of fun to play with. Anyways, we're gonna sit down. I'm gonna drink my beer. Gazeless Stare by Working Draft. It's a good one. It's a really good one if you don't pour it shitty. Cheers, everyone. Anyways, got my footage here. I record to these Samsung T5 SSDs. This is a 1 terabyte. I tend to keep 2, maybe 3 projects on here at a time, just in case my working NAS in there, the one that I use for constant work, in case that thing goes poof. Whoop. Hello. Say hello to the internet. Say hello, internet. Hello, internet. Oh, there you go. There's your hello. God, sometimes I just have no idea what the hell I'm doing. Oh, son of a bitch. You know what I just realized? That whole thing was recorded with the internal mic. Fuckers. I took it off when I did the B-roll. Yep. I just realized that I forgot to hook up the microphone for that whole last little bit. There's more to this whole process than I had thought. It's now day 2 of the behind the scenes vlog of Sony, filming the Sony video. I didn't get much done. It's already 5 o'clock, almost 6 actually. I just ate dinner. So we're ahead of the game on that front tonight. But, you know, lots of just screwing around today. But I did edit a lot of the vlog. I did edit a decent amount of the B-roll that I shot last night. So we did get some things done, just nowhere near as much as I wanted to, like always. But that's all right. So today is just going to be edit, and when I come up with something to tell you, I'll tell you. So here, have a relaxing time lapse of me editing to some lo-fi hip-hop. Quick interruption from video editing to bring you tonight's beer of the night. We have Stroh's Classic, a Michigan import. It's nothing special. It's a lager. It's good. If you're ever in Michigan or the select few places that do get Stroh's, pick one up. Give it a shot. I'm deep in the rabbit hole of desk chairs. I should be editing, but my butt is just not taking it with this chair that I have here. It's just a basic Staples Tempur-Pedic butt thing, but I've had it since high school, so, you know, at least since 2009. I'm looking at a new chair, and I'm just, like, trying to figure out, you know, people say the gaming chairs are good, people say the fully standing desk chair thingy with the weird back with no armrest type thing is good. People say that the Herman Millers are good, but I don't really want to drop $1,500 on a chair good. You know, I'm kind of thinking between, you know, 300 to 500, max 700-800. So that's kind of the mess I'm in right now. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna hopefully buy a chair, but back to editing for a little bit. Keep you posted. Anyways, cheers to night 2 of the Sony behind the scenes vlog. Holy shit. I think I finished the Sony video. That was tough. There's some things that I'm not terribly happy about with it, but, you know, as far as things go, it could have been a lot worse. The video was so much work. And honestly, it wasn't even the most complex video I've ever done. Not because it was hard to edit, not because I didn't have the footage I need or didn't talk about what I wanted to talk about. It was just realistically because I was disappointed in the way I filmed it. And I think part of the problem is I hold myself to such a high standard for this stuff that it's like I just feel so shitty when I screw something up so simple like the focus. The moral of the story is hold yourself to high standards, but don't get discouraged when things don't turn out the way they were supposed to or the way you wanted them to. Even if they don't, it's still worth doing the project, finishing the project, getting it done, and, you know, posting it or doing whatever, you know, sharing it, selling it, whatever you want to do. I mean, I was feeling pretty shitty about 2 hours ago, but now that it's done, I'm gonna post it still, even though I'm not particularly proud of it. And I think I shared enough information that you can learn something from it. And that's really what I'm trying to do, is if you learn one thing from the videos that I make, I'm happy. You just gotta keep going and keep trying, and eventually one day it's gonna click. And one day you're gonna know exactly what to do to get exactly where you want to be. Well, the main project is just about done rendering here. Just a few more minutes left. And I think I'm going to wrap it up here for this vlog. Like I mentioned before, I'm going to try to do this for every single video I make. I would love to have the entire behind the scenes for everything I do, because that just, I feel like it would be so cool to watch everything involve editing, filmmaking techniques, setups, all that cool stuff. So I'm going to keep trying to do this as much as I possibly can, and as much as I can means every fucking video, if possible. And, you know, maybe I'll even do some in-between stuff. But anyways, I really appreciate it if you made it all the way through this, and I really appreciate it if you made it through the almost 24 minutes of the freaking switching to Sony video. It means so much to me if you made it through that whole thing, and it would mean even more if you gave both videos a like and, you know, maybe hit that subscribe button and the notification bell down there. If I can run 2 channels, I will just be overjoyed. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I really need to come up with a better ending. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
It's a strange world we're living in. The space between us paper thin. Nothing's quite what it seems. It's a brave